All right, welcome back to the garage, guys. Today what we have here is a 1938 Sears 500 washing machine, 4-stroke engine. It's got the kickstart. This was manufactured for Sears by Briggs Stratton. The 500 designates the Briggs Stratton manufacturer. It was produced prior to World War II to power washing machines in rural areas where people didn't have electricity. So let's dig into this thing. It hasn't run in many years, I can tell. There's about probably 1/8 of an inch of sludge in the bottom of this gas tank. So let's check and see if it has spark. We'll clean out the gas tank, get some fuel to it. It has good compression, you'll see. So let's see if we can get this running. Stick around, guys. I hope you enjoy the video.
Alright, so we'll start out by removing the spark plug. And lubricating the cylinder before we rotate the engine. Everything seems to rotate smoothly. Now I'll clip the clip back on the spark plug and check for spark. And you can see right there, spark. Now the shroud comes off. Here's the throttle governor. Seems to be working real well. Now the flywheel comes off. And behind this flywheel, give it a little tap there to remove it. That came off pretty easy. Remember, these are reverse thread, so right loosens it. You'll see a 138, so that's a January of 1938 production year. Condenser looks very original. Points look in good shape. I'm not going to mess with any of this because we had spark. Now I'm putting the flywheel back on and the reverse thread nut to the left to tighten. Shroud goes back on. Now I'm lubricating the fuel line that goes into the gas tank and up by the carburetor and the oil fill nut there. As I take this nut out, I notice the oil is very low. So before we run this, I will top it off with a pretty thick 2050 oil. Now I'm carefully removing the fuel line. It's very old, looks very original, so I want to be very careful not to bend that fuel line. But it comes out very easily. Now I'm removing the gas tank from the wood base. Off comes the gas tank. The bottom looks super solid, so no rust holes, but inside is severely varnished. Now I'm taking the fuel pickup tube out, and you can see this is very varnished too, and it's completely plugged up. So there's no way this engine has run in a very long time. Now I'm just checking the adjustment on the carb needle and removing the remaining fuel line there. Now I'm pulling the needle completely out. I'm going to spray some carb cleaner in the carb to flush out any debris. Now I'm dropping a bunch of bolts into the gas tank. We're going to attempt to clean this up. Some hardware and some gas. And we'll go ahead and do the old shake method and break up any like loose rust and all that varnished gas at the bottom. Now we're draining out the gas tank of any contaminants and old corroded varnished fuel, corroded rust, and all that goop. Now I'm putting some dish soap in there that will break up the any remaining fuel in there. Now I'm running a needle through the fuel pickup tube or a wire to just clean it out completely and unblock the passage. Now I've got the power washer going. Just power washing the gas tank, just kind of quickly cleaning the outside, and then we'll just put that power washer in there and just blast any remaining debris and old gas out of there. Just keep washing it until that soap completely goes away and it's just clean water. Alright, turn the power washer off. Now I'm cleaning the fuel pickup tube on the wire wheel. Just get any of that varnish off the outside, clean it up real nice. And why not just kind of spruce up the fuel cap? Looks like it's got a few layers of old paint and old gas on it. Now I'm blasting the fuel pickup tube with some compressed air to completely clean it out. And same with the fuel line. Now there's some water in the gas tank, so I ran some compressed air through it and some heat to just try to dry that up. Now I'm going to take the spark plug back out, and I'm going to run that on the wire wheel to get that all cleaned up. Spark plug goes back in. And we'll tighten that up. Now the cable there has some damage, so I'm just going to throw some quick electrical tape on it and on the spark plug clip there. Now I'm filling the oil, topping that off, and putting the filler nut back in. Give that a quick snug. You can see our fuel tank is very clean. There's a little bit of surface rust in there, of course, but I think it's clear of debris, so it should be good to run it for a while. Fuel pickup tube goes back in. Snug that up. And tighten the gas tank back down to the wood base. Now I'm going to blow some air through the carb. Get that clear of any remaining debris that the carb cleaner didn't get. Snug up our fuel fittings there. Put the needle back in. And I did about 1.5 turns on the needle. Now the fuel tube is going back on. Give that a good snug. Now we're going to fill it up with gas and see what happens.
I cleaned everything up. Yep.
First I'm going to try to start it with the drill. That seems to be a good technique, especially when you're starting these old engines for the first time. So a little bit of carb cleaner just to kind of get the thing going. And it fires up on the first attempt. Picked up fuel out of that tank, no problem.
The 1938 Sears 500 runs. It runs really well. It was a fun little project. This thing is well built. It just goes to show you the quality of American manufacturing pre-World War II into World War II. I love this kind of history and I love bringing it back to life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this one, I've got other videos like this on small engine stuff, Volkswagens, my 45 Farmall. So go back and watch those. And if you'd like, subscribe to the channel so that you see more content when it comes out. And I'd appreciate if you give me a like. Thanks guys, come back for the next video.